Hey guys, welcome back to the Dormouse House. I'm stoked that you clicked on this video because I have a ton of books to show you guys today. Me and Dean went to like a slew of secondhand bookstores yesterday, and it's like my body is awash with excitement. So let's just get into it. The first three books I'm going to show you are Ann Tyler books, which I decided I kind of wanted to stock up on those. I discovered Ann Tyler from another YouTuber. Her channel is called Words of a Reader, and I will link her, either that video or her channel down below. So I'll figure something out. So the first Ann Tyler book I got is called Ladder of Years, and I don't really know what this is about. I think it's about a husband and a wife that go on some kind of road trip and like rekindle their love or something. Turns out I was completely wrong. It's about a woman that basically ditches her husband to reclaim herself. And then this one is called The Amateur Marriage, and I really don't know what this one is about because there's no description. But what I have ascertained is that Ann Tyler, I believe, tends to write family stories, family dramas, family legacies, that kind of thing. So I've got some pent-up excitement about reading this one. And then this one is called Back When We Were Grown-Ups. Again, no description as to what the book is about. I do know the main character seems to be 53 because that's what it states on page number 1. If you know what any of these books are about, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Okay, the next book is called Joy School, and it's by Elizabeth Berg. This is an author that I have read nothing by her, but I've been wanting to read her because I picked this book up actually probably a few years ago now in a Barnes & Noble and stood there and read a few pages, and it starts out with this little 13-year-old girl trying to look up her nanny's dress. But it's about a 13-year-old girl who lives with her emotionally unavailable father. Her mother is recently deceased, I believe, and she makes friends, possibly not the best friends she should have, and she falls in love with a 23-year-old. The next book is called The Nanny Diaries, and I believe my sister actually recommended this book to me a few years ago, back when we were sharing books on our Nooks. This is by Emma McLaughlin and Nicola Kraus. This next book I'm sure we've all heard of. It's called Our Town, and it is by Thornton Wilder. And this is a play, a very, 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 very famous play that was first performed in New Jersey, I believe, in 1938. I didn't actually know that off the top of my head. It says it in the introduction. Our Town. Okay, so now starts a slew of children's literature, which I'm very fond of. I have a whole shelf dedicated to the genre. The first book I'm going to show you is Pollyanna by Eleanor H. Porter. And this is also a movie starring Haley Mills. I believe it was made back in the 60s. It's one of my favorite movies. And I'm pretty sure I've read this book. I'm sure I have, but it's always good to own it. It's about a little girl who is orphaned. Her mother has been deceased. Her father, who was a preacher, is recently deceased, and she is sent to live with her Aunt Polly, for whom she is named. And Aunt Polly's a stick in the mud. She's very rich, and she's just very shut off to any kind of love or happiness, but she's rich. And no matter how much of a B-word Aunt Polly is to little Pollyanna, Pollyanna just remains the happiest, most carefree kid, and she has this game that her and her father invented, and it's called the Glad Game, where in any kind of bad situation she can come up with something to be glad about. We should all follow her example. Then we have Alice in April by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor. I did a whole video on the high school years of Alice McKinley, which you can watch here. This is Alice in her 7th grade year, I believe. It's all about her turning 13 and suddenly being the woman of the house. I got Winnie the Pooh, which even though I actually have my nose itches. I actually have the entire Winnie the Pooh collection in like one of those really nice Barnes & Noble exclusive compilation things, but I really like old-fashioned covers, so I got this. It was like 25 cents. But I mean, it's really good. It's in better shape than I am. Then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 Babysitters Club books, and they are as follows. Stay. Claudia and Mean Janine, Christy's Big Day, Dawn on the Coast, Mallory Hates Boys and Jim, Marianne and Miss Priss, Stacy's Ex-Best Friend, Dawn and the Big Sleepover, Party, Marianne, and I don't know the title of this one because the price sticker is conveniently right on the title. And then this is the complete guide to the Babysitters Club. Absolutely, positively everything you've always wanted to know about the Babysitters Club. So any pressing, burning questions you have about the Babysitters Club that you need answered ASAP, this is the source that I would recommend. And the Babysitters Club is by Ann M. Martin, if I didn't mention that. I'm sure YouTube would be angry if I didn't tell y'all that. Then I felt led to buy this German fairy tale, and it is called Was drei kleine Baden in Walde erleckten. I recognize a few words here. Und, that means and. So, progress. And then the coup de grace, the piece de resistance, the Stinky Cheese Man, and Other Fairly Stupid Tales. Raise your hand if your teacher read this to you in elementary school. My 3rd grade teacher read this to my class when I was in the 3rd grade. The term 3rd grade teacher may have given a clue as to what, anyways. What it is retellings, or I think actually the real story of all these common fairy tales that we've heard all our lives. This is by John Saiska and Lane Smith. And I really like the illustrations. They're pretty cray. There's the cheese man with questionable hygiene. See, because he doesn't smell too good. So there it is, guys. That is my gigantic book haul, and thanks for tuning in. Come back next time, subscribe, and I gotta go now because I've got a lot of reading to do.